It's a new twist in one of India's most powerful boardrooms, the Tata Trusts. Mehli Mistry, a long-time confidant of Ratan Tata, is set to exit the governing boards of the Sir Dorabji Tata Trust and the Sir Ratan Tata Trust. This comes after a majority of trustees voted against his reappointment. According to sources, 3 of the 6 trustees opposing his renomination, among them are Tata Trust Chairman Noel Tata, Srinivasan, and the TVS Group Chairperson and former Defence Secretary Vijay Singh. Mistry did, however, find support from Darius Kambata, Pramit Jhaveri and Jahangir, but the split was not enough to secure his continuation in the board. The vote marks the end of Mehli Mistry's formal association with 2 of India's most influential philanthropic institutions, both key pillars of the Tata legacy. Remember, Mistry was first appointed as a trustee in 2023 and 2022, as a matter of fact, and his 3-year term officially ends on 28th of October, that is today. But his exit also comes amid reports of growing internal divisions within the trusts, and with one faction seen as aligned with the chairman, who's Noel Tata, and the other viewed as loyal to Ratan Tata and his close circles, including Mistry himself. The Tata Trusts together holds about 66% of the Tata Sons, the holding company that controls $350 billion Tata Group empire. Interestingly, earlier this week, the Tata Trusts unanimously reappointed Srinivasan as a lifetime trustee, which even Mistry himself supported. But now, with his own reappointment blocked, Mehli Mistry's exit could mark a deeper realignment within Tata Trusts and perhaps a quiet power shift in the house that Ratan Tata built over many, many years of his life. Joining me on the show is my colleague Kartik Malhotra to make sense of that boardroom battle. Kartik, it's a debacle there for Mehli Mistry.
Right. So, honestly, this boardroom battle is now going to sure to become a courtroom battle, and it's not the first time that we are seeing Tatas versus Mistries play out. In fact, it started with Ratan Tata opposing, of course, the chairmanship of Cyrus Mistry. Both eventually passed, but now we are looking at Noel Tata, who took over just 48 hours after Ratan Tata's demise. And now the split that is seen in the Tata Trust board is obviously power play, power politics at play, Shweta, and this is absolutely important to note that there are 2 camps within the board of the trustees of the Tata Trust, which, like you mentioned, controls about 2/3 of Tata Sons, which in turn pretty much controls the entire board of all the Tata Group companies, many of which are also listed companies. Now, people that we have spoken to earlier in the day have told us that for shareholders in various Tata Group companies, there are no immediate concerns, there are no direct repercussions of Mehli Mistry not getting reappointed, and it's not really likely to cause any disruption in shareholder value. But I think what we are 100% cognizant of is that Mehli Mistry is not going to, take it lying down, and this is sure to now reach the courts and really unfold the next phase of this battle, which is going to be in the courtroom.
You said it's going to be a courtroom battle. What are the scenarios likely to play out from here on?
So I think, the likely outcomes are, number one, there is going to be this order which was passed by the trustees themselves in the month of October last year, 2024, when it was pretty much decided that all Tata Trust members or all trustees of the trust are actually going to become lifetime members. And it was, in fact, only last month, in the month of September, when there was this little faction, the rift which was visible, when these 3, which is Jahangir as well as Mr. Mistry himself, had tried to boot out Vijay Singh, former Defence Secretary, from the board of Tata Trust. Now, what played out just about a week back, Shweta, was also the fact that there was this unanimous vote on Srinivasan extending his tenure as a lifetime trustee at Tata Trust. So, I think the simple question that Mehli Mistry had put out during his reappointment, which was, mind you, supposed to be just a routine exercise, was that the same conditions must apply to all trustees. And that is what had been agreed upon in October last year. So, now I think the legal options are fairly fairly clear, fairly open. In case that clause did exist in the October meeting last year, that there is going to be a direct reappointment and there is going to be a lifetime condition being set on all trustees, then I think it is well within his rights to go ahead and contest it. So what comes out of it, of course, could take weeks, months, perhaps even longer to eventually unfold. But one thing is absolutely certain, that there is a Tata scam and there is a Mistry scam, which is again pretty much trying to dominate the politics within the trusteeship of Tata Trusts.
Karthik, given that Tata Trust sold about 66% of stakes in Tata Sons, are you looking at a likely spill over in the corporate side of things?
See, I think, the battle is pretty much on, on control. And at the end of the day, who sits on the board of Tata Sons is decided in at least 2/3 majority by Tata Trust. So I think the seat in the board of Tata Trust is absolutely important, because that gets to decide who sits on the board of Tata Sons. And remember, Tata Sons itself has been avoiding that RBI mandate to go ahead and list as a separate entity on the public market. So I think that influence is sure to play out one way or another. And I think why this Tata Trust seat is actually important is because this is the family's wealth. This is the jewel, the crown jewel of the Tata Group. And controlling stake in Tata Trust thereby gives you direct access to decision making on Tata Sons. And that pretty much was the bone of contention which Mehli Mistry was fighting for. He wanted more say, he wanted equal decision making powers by family members of the Tata Group and non-family members on the board on the trusteeship of Tata Trust, to have more transparency, not just within the trust, but even within the governing council of Tata Sons. Now, Tata Sons has avoided listing despite a lot of pressure from RBI and other stakeholders. But eventually, it's a battle of control. If you have a say in Tata Trust, that is where the family's wealth is. You have a say in Tata Sons. And if you have a say in Tata Sons, you have a say across all Tata Group companies, many of which are listed companies.
Absolutely. And before I let you go, we all understand the importance of Tata Group. So much so, in fact, that the government has now went on record to suggest that none of the board of members' differences should spill out in open. In fact, we are given to understand that Amit Shah and Nirmala Sitharaman have weighed in on it after Tata Sons chairman met them privately, and their opinion was that these differences should not come out in open, that there should be an amicable resolution to all the differences. Now, this is anything but amicable, Karthik.
Absolutely. And when have you, Shweta, previously seen, political top brass really interfering with or nudging, coercing participants in a privately held trust to solve their differences? I mean, there's something called NCLT to sort of, get the dispute resolution going. But yeah, I mean, given the mammoth size and scale of operations of the conglomerate of Tata Sons, $350 billion or so, and then Tata Trust, a privately held sort of close coterie of confidants controlling what really happens with that $350 billion empire, obviously is something which is of great importance, because, I mean, like it or not, Tata Group, Tata Sons is pretty much this homegrown mantelpiece which becomes India's corporate showcase to the world. And this group has prided itself for its transparency, for its ethics, and of course for leadership across sectors, across domains. And I mean, it's also important to note at this point that Mehli Mistry was in fact a close confidant of Ratan Tata himself. But things don't seem to be going much better with the late Ratan Tata's half-brother Noel Tata, who does not see eye to eye with Mehli Mistry, and that is resulting in this rift that we are seeing in Tata Trusts.
And this boardroom battle likely to now become a courtroom battle. That's what we are reading at the moment. Karthik, thank you very much.